Hey guys, it has been a long time since I've done a live in here, and we have a lot of new people, so I really wanted to come on, and I had a message that I really feel powerful and that I wanted to share with you guys today. Because this is something that I've experienced so many times, and I'm sure every single one of you has experienced resistance at different points. But what I want to approach this from is a little bit of a different angle, because here's the deal, guys. If you want something else other than what you're experiencing in your business, so say more clients, um, you know, more clients or a higher income level or a different, type of clients or a certain result that you haven't had. Big mosquito right there. I'm going to kill him. Well, guess not. We have a lot of mosquitoes that came in our door because had this like mosquito spray that was supposed to scare them away, but it actually seems to be something they absolutely love. That and mosquitoes love me. So not exactly the best thing, but yeah. So if you want to experience something different right now than what you have, and you haven't been able to have that breakthrough, you are in some type of resistance. So the first thing to do is, even if you don't feel like you're in resistance, and there's a lot of other things that you could call it, that actually is the number one thing that I've noticed that keeps people stuck and holds them back. And whether it's you're telling yourself there's a reason you're not doing something that you really know is the next level to get you somewhere, or not hiring that coach, or not, making that offer, those are the places where, resistance comes in. And the thing that I've noticed in myself and other people, hey, Shani, hey, Safra, it can be very sneaky, right? It can actually be very sneaky and convince you that, no, I'm not in resistance right now, or I'm just, that's not a line for me, or something like that. But a lot of times, here's the thing: if you stay inside your comfort zone of what you're used to doing, you can take a look around. I said this too, on another training. You can take a look around at what you have right now, and give or take a small percentage, that is the most that is ever going to come from your current mindset, your current actions, and the way that you're showing up. So if you want to experience something that's radically different, say, right now you're making 10K months and you want 50K months, there are going to be a lot of changes that you need to make in your life, in your business, inner work, outer, shifts in your strategy. A lot of the inner work, actually, more than even the outer shifts, to get there, that you have to be willing to get uncomfortable enough and to make those big shifts. And that's where I see so many people get stuck. And a lot of them don't even realize that, either you're not being coachable there, or you're putting up barriers and blocks to your own success. You can't know that you love or hate public speaking if you've never spoken in public before, right? So a lot of times, I'll tell you one thing: I definitely did not know that I would ever, love doing trainings and be comfortable on video. As a child, I never did like that. But as I did more live trainings and more webinars, I actually really enjoyed teaching, and really saw that a lot of people were able to learn from me. So a lot of the things that you may be telling yourself, that places you're not willing to go and things you're not willing to do, are simply fear and resistance. Literally, because you haven't done it before. Of course, the first time it's like going to be something scary. But some of those things are what's going to get you where you want to go. Some of those things could be things that you absolutely love doing, are amazing at, and are a huge part of your purpose. So that's where you want to always explore how much of your resistance is due to fear of what's going to happen, what people are going to think of you, fear of not knowing how that's going to look yet, or never having done it before. Those, in my opinion, because, we are unlimited beings, are not good enough reason not to start to explore that. And I'm not saying, you have to try to, speak on a platform in front of 20,000 people tomorrow if you've never done a live stream, but, taking those steps and just getting out there and really beginning to ask yourself, where are you still playing small, believing an old story about who you are and what you're capable of, or what you're good at or not good at, that was, is so outdated, and, you actually picked up when you were like 6, right? A lot of times it's just old stories. My story was, that I was super shy, and, that I could never do videos. But I mean, I've done so many different videos, and I haven't done a ton of live streams recently, but, for years did a weekly live stream, several, trainings. And there's some of my favorite things to do, really. It's like, but an old story told me for a long time that, wasn't something I'd be good at, wasn't something that I would enjoy. And, we can create an entirely different identity for ourselves only when we're willing to see where we're limiting ourselves, see where we're telling ourselves a story that no longer feels good. It's super limiting. It's not really getting us where we want to go. And I would say, you know, if the first place to go is to say, oh, thank you, Jazz. Jazz, you're amazing. Oh, she said she was so freaked out about her deals that week. So she, in one of our programs, we teach, you know, a mindset technique. I hope it helped. But yeah, so first ask yourself, like, you know, is everything in my business showing up the way that I want it? Do I have what I want? Do I have the clients I want? Do I have the income I want? Do I have the offers out there that are truly lighting me up? And then if you don't, then there is something that is off. And here's where resistance could be hiding from you. If you don't have what you want, but you're telling yourself you can keep doing what you're doing and it's going to somehow change, it's not going to happen. I'm going to promise you that. You can like take this to the bank, right? So I've tried it. Like I myself have tried it too. And doing the same thing over and over, I think that in someone says also the definition of insanity, but it doesn't change things, right? So something big has to change. Sometimes it could be you're doing the same thing, but you have a different mindset around it. But I've noticed that usually you have to change your actions and your mindset at the same time, right? So you have to create, and if you're willing to go there and at least say, you know, okay, so I'm telling myself that this is going to work because I'm comfortable here and I don't want to do something new, but I don't have what I want. And you can kind of, you know, get to the point where you're telling your brain that, hey, something has to change. So you may not know what that is too, right? There could be that you don't actually know what the next level is. And you may have to hire a mentor or ask, you know, the universe to support you in bringing someone in who can show it to you. But a lot of times why we don't get that next step is because we're not open, right? We're not really open. We're kind of stuck in our ways. Every one of us probably gets there at different times. And I have to tell myself sometimes too, all right, it's time for something new. And then, you know, I put it out there and all of a sudden, you know, the right person or the right, you know, whatever action to take just comes to me. So it's the same for you guys. If you're the first place, if you don't have what you want, you don't have the results, is to be willing to look at what's really going on. Be willing to see where you're in resistance. Be willing to see where you're stuck in your comfort zone and it's not serving you. Because if you aren't willing to go there and you know, are a bit in denial, that is where I've seen people stay stuck for years and years and years. And all it takes is like that willingness. And then, you know, from that space, you may not be excited about, you know, taking these bold actions, but the willingness to make a change. And sometimes it's not even a huge change. And sometimes it is something, you know, really major. But that is the place I see a lot of people get stuck. And that's why a lot of people might be stuck at 10K months for a really, really long time before they make a change. Or, you know, even they get stuck at 20K, or even, unfortunately, more people get stuck below that than even those who are already at 6 or multiple 6 figures. It's due to just rigidity and fears and things that you're not willing to do or you tell yourself you're not good at, and playing small. So that's really what I wanted to share today, because the thing that I've noticed separates, you know, clients I've had too that are just willing to go there, look at whatever is going on, take those steps, get really in alignment and in action mode, invest in themselves, they create unbelievable results in unbelievably short amounts of time, right? But those who stay stuck in what they're comfortable with or let their limitations or fears lead them and don't stay open and coachable, it takes a lot longer, right? You know, it definitely has, you know, I have to help them move through the resistance. And really, honestly, I don't take on a lot of clients that have, you know, unbelievable amounts of resistance that they're not willing to look at. But there is definitely a difference in people who are willing to stay open, are willing to see that maybe your view on the world has some limitations. All of ours does, right? None of us, our ego is definitely, you know, invested in keeping us the same and safe. So those spaces where you think you're staying safe is actually where you're keeping yourself from having what you say you truly want. So that's really kind of what I wanted to talk about today with you guys. And if you're watching the replay, let me know how it resonated for you. And those of you guys on here now, let me see this. Oh, good. Safra, glad it resonated for you as well. And if you're dealing with this right now, let me know as well. I can answer any questions. And I love you guys. I'm going to come in and do more of these now because we're getting a bunch of new energy in here, new people, and really excited. And I'll talk to you all soon. And you know where to find me.